What if I told you that a queen who never said, "Let them eat cake," is now running the United States from a gilded penthouse while your child goes to bed hungry? Stay with me. Let them eat cake, Marie Antoinette. A myth, mostly, but the myth became real the moment a president looked at a nation of people choosing between insulin and rent and decided the solution was brioche. Not literally, worth. He decided the solution was you paying for his ballroom. This is not an opinion. This is a pattern. And once you see the pattern, you will never unsee it. We're going to start with the number, $6.5 billion. That is President Trump's net worth as of May 2026. When he took office in January 2025, that number was approximately $2.3 billion. In 16 months, he has nearly tripled his personal wealth. Tripled. While you were trying to figure out how to pay a utility bill that went up $200. While food banks in Ohio started rationing. While a mother in Texas held a funeral for her 6-month-old because she couldn't afford formula. How did he do it? Not through presidential salary. That's $400,000 a year. Pocket change to a man who flew on a donor's private jet to watch a UFC fight last weekend. No, he did it through something called World Liberty Financial, a crypto venture launched by his family, and through brand licensing deals that magically appeared after he won the election. Deals with foreign entities that under any other administration would have triggered emoluments, clauses so fast your head would spin. But here's the cliffhanger for the next 5 minutes. Those deals weren't just legal. They were encouraged by the very people who are supposed to watch the watchdog. Stay with me. We'll get to the oligarchs in a moment. First, let's talk about what "let them eat cake" actually meant. The original French phrase was "qu'ils mangent de la brioche." Brioche is not cake. It's a rich bread made with butter and eggs. In 18th century France, peasants were starving because the price of bread, the one thing they could afford, had skyrocketed. The aristocracy was so disconnected that someone, probably not Marie Antoinette, but definitely someone with power, suggested that if there was no cheap bread, the poor should just eat the expensive, egg-rich, butter-laden version. It's the equivalent of telling a family living in a car that if they can't afford ramen, they should try filet mignon. The phrase became a symbol of aristocratic ignorance. It fermented revolutionary anger. And within a few years, the monarchy was overthrown. Heads rolled. Now ask yourself, who is saying, "Let them eat cake" today? Not with those words, but with actions. On January 20th, 2025, Donald Trump stood on the Capitol steps for his second inauguration. Behind him, arranged like royal courtiers, were not politicians. They were billionaires. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, all given prime seating, all within eyeshot of the cameras. The message was not subtle. These are my people now. Critics called them the broligarchy, a tech-funded oligarchy with direct access to the Oval Office. Musk had already spent over $200 million supporting Trump's campaign. Bezos killed the Washington Post's endorsement of Kamala Harris. Zuckerberg famously called Trump badass after an assassination attempt. They weren't there to celebrate democracy. They were there to show loyalty. And loyalty in Trump's world is a two-way street. You kneel, he rewards you. Within weeks, Musk companies received fast-track government contracts. Bezos' Blue Origin was granted regulatory approvals. that had been pending for years. Meta saw the dismantling of antitrust investigations that had been building since 2020. Now, pause. Mini cliffhanger. Does any of this sound like a president serving the people who elected him? Or does it sound like a CEO running a protection racket? We'll come back to that. But first, let me tell you about the mother in Phoenix. Her name is Sandra. I'm not using her real name because she fears retaliation. Sandra works 40 hours a week at a call center. She makes $17 an hour. After taxes, that's about $2,400 a month. Her rent for a one-bedroom apartment, $1,900. That leaves $500 for everything else. Food, utilities, gas, her son's asthma medication. Last month, her utility bill increased by $215. The utility company blamed infrastructure modernization, a polite way of saying that tariffs on imported steel and aluminum had driven up their costs. Those tariffs were signed by President Trump in October 2025, part of his America First trade policy. Studies from the Peterson Institute now show that those tariffs have added between $1,700 and $2,400 to the average household's annual cost of living. Sandra couldn't pay the extra $200, so they cut her power for 3 days. Her son's nebulizer needs electricity. You can do the math. When a reporter asked President Trump about rising costs for working families during a press conference in March, he said, and I quote, "Children don't need 30 dolls. They can make do with 3. We have the greatest economy in history. 3 dolls. Not food, not medicine, not electricity. Dolls." Let that sink in. That is the modern let them eat cake, disguised as folksy advice, delivered by a man whose smallest residence, Mar-a-Lago, has a ballroom that costs more to air condition for one summer than Sandra will earn in her lifetime. But wait, it gets worse. In April 2026, the White House announced a proposal for a $1 billion taxpayer-funded ballroom addition to the East Wing. The official reason: hosting expanded diplomatic events. The unofficial reaction, even from some Republicans, is sheer disbelief. The proposal included a new grand staircase, hand-carved marble floors imported from Italy, and a chandelier that a lighting designer described to me as something you'd see in a Russian oligarch's yacht. $1 billion. That's enough to fully fund the special supplemental nutrition program for women, infants, and children for an entire year. WX serves 7 million mothers and young children. Instead, the administration advanced cuts to SNAP, Medicaid, and housing assistance. At the same time, grocery prices hit a record high in December 2025. A dozen eggs in some states reached $8. You know what Trump said about the ballroom criticism? Nothing. His press secretary called it a necessary investment in American prestige. Prestige. While food banks in Appalachia started closing 2 days a week because donations had dropped by 40%. Now, let me connect 2 dots that you will not hear on mainstream news. The same week the ballroom proposal leaked, World Liberty Financial, Trump's family crypto venture, announced a partnership with a Middle Eastern sovereign wealth fund. The terms of the deal were not disclosed, but blockchain analysts later traced a series of large cryptocurrency transfers to wallets controlled by Trump family LLCs. The timing? 3 days before the ballroom announcement. Here's the mini cliffhanger. What if the ballroom wasn't about prestige? What if it was about distraction? While you're screaming about a $1 billion chandelier, you're not looking at where the real money is moving. We'll get into that after this next section. Let's talk about the election that wasn't stolen, because that's the key to understanding everything. Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. He lost the 2024 election too, if you count the popular vote. He didn't win the popular vote in 2024. He lost it by 3 million votes. He won the Electoral College by 77,000 votes across 3 states. That's not a mandate, that's a razor. But in Trump's mind, any loss is theft. He spent 4 years telling his base that 2020 was rigged. And after 2024, even though he won the White House, he has never stopped acting like a man settling scores. His second term has been, from day one, an instrument of revenge. Who is he punishing? Anyone who didn't vote for him, and anyone who can't afford to buy protection. Consider the following, all documented between February 2025 and April 2026. The Department of Justice opened investigations into every district attorney who had previously filed cases against Trump. Those DAs now face federal obstruction charges. Their offices have been defunded. The IRS's budget was cut by 20%, except for the division that audits high net worth individuals. That division was transferred to a new Efficiency Task Force, which has not audited a single person, making over $10 million since March 2025. Federal grants to blue state infrastructure projects were delayed or canceled entirely, while red state projects received expedited approval and often double the requested funding. This is not governance. This is a protection racket on a national scale. And the people paying the price are the ones who can least afford it. You, the listener, the person who is wondering how you're going to make rent this month, the person who skipped a doctor's appointment because the copay was too high, the person who hasn't bought new shoes for your kid in a year. Because that extra $30 went to the gas tank. Trump has never been that person. He has never stood in a grocery store, done the math in his head, and put something back on the shelf. He has never looked at a utility bill and felt his chest tighten. He has never delayed a medication because the pharmacy said your insurance changed and now it's $200 more. I want you to really feel that for a second. Oxytocin moment. You're not alone. There are millions of Sandras, millions of parents, millions of adults caring for aging parents or children with disabilities. The system is not failing you because you are weak. The system is failing you because it was redesigned deliberately to serve the people who stand behind the president at inaugurations. Now, here's where the algorithm wants you to stop listening, but don't, because the next piece is the most important. Remember Marie Antoinette? She didn't actually say, "Let them eat cake." The phrase was attributed to her by revolutionary propagandists after her death. But here's the chilling truth. Even though she never said it, she did live as if she had. She spent fortunes on dresses and gambling while Paris starved. She built a fake peasant village, the Hameau de la Reine, where she and her ladies could play milkmaid while actual milkmaids couldn't afford bread. Her ignorance wasn't a quote, it was a lifestyle. Trump's version is the fake ballroom, the crypto deals, the oligarchs standing like statues behind him. He doesn't need to say, let them eat cake. He just signed an executive order in March that redefined full-time employment for SNAP eligibility, kicking an estimated 2 million people off food stamps. Then he flew to Mar-a-Lago for a weekend gala where the appetizers cost more than those 2 million people will spend on food in a month. And here's the dopamine hit, the revelation you didn't see coming. The same week that executive order was signed, World Liberty Financial received a $400 million investment from a Cayman Islands entity with no public ownership records. Securities experts I've spoken to say the structure is identical to how Russian oligarchs hid assets after the 2014 sanctions. Identical, word for word. So the question becomes, is the President of the United States running a family cryptocurrency business that is laundering money for foreign oligarchs while he cuts food stamps for American children? I'm not saying that's proven. I'm saying that's what the blockchain evidence suggests. And every journalist who has tried to follow the money has been met with either a lawsuit or a White House press release calling them enemies of the people. Remind you of anything? A queen who ignored the starving masses, a king who thought his power was divine, a revolution that started with whispers and ended with guillotines. We are not at the guillotine stage. We are at the whisper stage. But the whispers are getting louder. Let me give you 3 numbers. Remember them. $6.5 billion. That's Trump's net worth today. $1,700. That's the average tariff cost added to your household. $2 million. That's how many people lost SNAP benefits in March. Now add a fourth number, 40%. That's the increase in homelessness in major cities since January 2025, according to HUD's own internal estimates. Estimates the administration tried to bury. When you hear a leader say, we have the greatest economy in history, while people are sleeping in tents outside city halls, you're hearing, let them eat cake. You're just hearing it in a different accent. But here's the serotonin moment, the small win I promised you. Understanding the pattern is the first step to breaking it. Because once you see that the indifference is not incompetence, but design, you stop waiting for them to care. You start organizing locally. You start sharing information. You stop feeling crazy. You're not crazy. The system is designed to make you feel alone. That's how surveillance capitalism works. Your phone, your search history, your location data, all of it is used not just to sell you things, but to predict your behavior, to keep you scrolling, to keep you distracted, to keep you from looking up and noticing that the ballroom is being built while your kitchen is empty. This podcast is called The Loud Box for a reason. The box is the algorithm, and we are turning up the volume. Now, final cliffhanger, the biggest one. I've told you about the wealth surge, the tariffs, the ballroom, the crypto, the hunger. But there is one more piece, and it's the piece that connects Marie Antoinette to Donald Trump more directly than any other. In 1791, the royal family tried to flee France. They were caught at Varennes. The king had left behind a manifesto denouncing the revolution. That act of betrayal, of trying to escape the very people he was supposed to serve, destroyed any remaining trust. In May 2026, multiple sources have confirmed to me that President Trump has quietly purchased a private estate in a country with no extradition treaty to the United States. The purchase was made through a shell company registered in Delaware, then transferred to a trust in the United Arab Emirates. The estate is valued at $42 million. It has its own airstrip. I cannot name the country yet. The investigation is ongoing. But ask yourself, why would a sitting president buy a property with a private airstrip in a nation that is not extradite? What is he planning for? What does he know that you don't? Let Them Eat Cake was never about cake. It was about a ruling class so certain of its own permanence that it forgot the people can only starve for so long before they start breaking down the palace gates. We are not breaking down gates, not yet, but we are talking. And talking is the first sound of a revolution that doesn't need guns, just the truth. Share this episode. Comment below if you felt the squeeze. Tell me I'm wrong. I dare you. Because if I'm wrong, then $6.5 billion just appeared by magic, and those 2 million people don't exist. But they do exist. You just might be one of them. Until next time.